We're live at the Ladbrokes.com, the World Darts Championship. Brought to you by the PDC and live on Sky Sports. The markers at the board. Dean Williams, Russ Bray is our referee, and ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to meet our players. Would you please welcome all the way from the Netherlands, the Dutch superstar that is Michael Gerwen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Stoke-on-Trent, England, he is the 13 times champion of the world. It's Phil, the Power Sailor.
Here we go then, a new venue, but will it be one of the same old stories and another Phil Taylor victory in this World Championship 2008? Your commentators, Sid Waddell and Gerwen.
Well, Dave, we've been waiting for this one. We've had two cracking matches tonight, but this, it has to be said, is really the match they've all come to see. There you have it, 48 years of age, the master of all masters when it comes to tungsten tickling. 13 times world champion, Phil the Power Taylor, and here he begins, Sydney, perhaps his assault on his 14th title. But what a man he faces.
Does he ever? Age 10, did a 180 on little board at home in Boxtel. Aged 14, he was going around the pubs marking games, making a few quid doing that. He's won the World Masters at the age of 17. He is green dynamite. This will be Seth, Sydney and Johnny, a classic.
And the moment the draw was made, we said Taylor, Van Gerwen could even be a final one day. But here we are in the very first round. It's the handshake. It's Van Gerwen with the throw. Here we go, folks. Game on indeed.
Last twice they've met in Holland on television. Van Gerwen was the winner. This year he's had a 9-darter. He won a kitchen. He will throw part of that kitchen at the Power, who's won everything in the last 5 weeks. Twice in Holland. At Wolverhampton. At Wolverhampton, 103 average against Hamilton, murdered him, 9 legs clear. He's picked his time to come good as Taylor. But if this kid gets going on the 130s, John, anything could happen.
There's no question about it, Sid, that 25 minutes of Van Gerwen magic is capable of making it awkward for anybody, Phil Taylor included. Phil Taylor knows that. As you say, he's been beaten this season as he puts in the first 180 of this match, and that won't be their first time. They hold up their cards in this audience here.
45.
Taylor, of course, 5-9 daughters on Sky Sports. And he's been showing the curtains at his home in Bradwell. He's been flicking telly channels manically. He says he's ready for anything here.
60.
Not just Sir Phil, Sir Sid as well. Well, they've had me papers for 4 years, but now it's happened.
Well, I better say, what a night, won't they, Sid? This is one heck of a night for certain, as Van Gerwen, on a finish on 116, will certainly have a crack at it, but Taylor looking to make big inroads. Yes. Now then, 18 will leave tops, and suddenly that 116 looks rather more difficult than it did a few seconds ago.
Exact point, Johnny. Just too high with a 60 tail on a 115 average. Tops for the power, the greatest ever tickler of tungsten. Tops.
Tops it is. Taylor starts with a 13-darter, breaks the throw immediately, yet to break the heart of his opponent, but so far so good for the power.
Spotted with us on this, his former mentor Eric Bristow, gasping with anticipation during our spotting. In, hesitated, and then tumbled to the hockey. Like you see, lovely. Had the weight of the dart perfectly. Ominous for Van Gerwen already. How Taylor's getting the low dart in the 60, John. We know what he can do with the stacking. Two beauties by the 18-year-old Dutch Wonderjongen.
Well, what I like about that was he put a treble 20 in, right in the exact spot where Taylor's dropped out, as if to say, well, I'll make them stick in, my friend.
I was talking to Duffier, manager Raymond van Barneveld. This lad in the green spent 48 hours intensive coaching, training with Barney at a camp in Holland 2 weeks ago. There is, meaning that Taylor's weight on the dart may be faulty there, but he wants this. Lost in Ireland, Adrian Greer in the first round. Averaging now 103.
I have a feeling that defeat in Ireland rather focused Taylor's mind on matters on the hockey, because I don't think he's lost a tournament since Sydney. As you said, he's had a wonderful few weeks, and he wants to continue now.
That's right. In Wolverhampton, he took 9 legs on the trot in the final against Andy Hamilton, and Andy Hamilton ended average with 101. The other week, won 8 out of 10 last legs in Germany.
90.
On fire at the moment, Taylor.
Yes, dead right. But here we go again. Van Gerwen looking cool, looking relaxed.
100.
Gets his ton to leave himself on 101, and in with a chance of breaking back. Taylor will no doubt make inroads in this 170, and if he finishes it, well, he can't now. And the inroads may not be as great as we might have thought.
Slack second dart as well. 2 lousy darts. Sorry about the English. For parity. Trouble lining's handy.
89.
Right, here we go. Taylor can go 2-0 up with a good visit. When Van Gerwen's really going, he clicks these out easily. See how near Taylor is. Last visit was sloppy, John.
Yes, and got to say, Van Gerwen's last dart was sloppy at double 12, a long way off, but he'll be back now for double 6 to break back immediately. 76. And we always say, don't we, when you're broken, break back immediately, and here we go.
Ooh, tension churning both of them now. Sloppy, bottom of the board, double 3. Oh, an inch! That tension genuinely out of Ollie.
Yeah. missed opportunity, that, from Van Gerwen. We may look back on that as the moment when he could have saved this first set. But should be 2-0 for Taylor. Told you. 2-0 for Taylor in this opening set rather. And really that leg should have gone to Van Gerwen. Some very untidy darts at the end of it.
Yeah, one of those victories against Taylor this year by Michael was a 3-0 in sets in Holland.
Yes, each set, Sid, was 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. It was this format, best of 5 sets, best of 5 legs in each set. You're right. It was in that competition. He did a 9-darter against Barney in the semi.
134.
Takes all sorts. Oh, blocker dart. Blocker dart.
96.
Nice cover. Swaggering on the hockey. Taylor wants this desperately. But I liked hearing that in the interview with Helen about not coming to the tournament after the Premier Dart League win in May with the right attitude.
A thought that's occurred to me, Sid, is that in addition to that 3-0 victory over
54.
Taylor that he enjoyed in February in Holland, he beat him 7-6 in legs. It was match play in the International Darts League in May. But, you know, everyone in that crowd over in Holland was behind Van Gerwen. On this occasion, the boot's probably on the other foot, Sid. It's a different kettle of fish for the lad in green.
Well, just like Bristow's dad bought him a dart when he was 11 and took him down the Marquis of Clanricarde when he was 15, and he was taking that cash by the time he was 16. There's a parallel with this kid in green, a phenom of world darts, but he's up against the power. Awkward lie, sometimes has trouble with this lie. See, it needed to be lower, too central for the stacking dart.
99, 112 Taylor, Van Gerwen with the throw. Really got to make a score here. 1-7-1 will leave double 4. Oh, he's got it. Brilliant darts from the Dutchman. Well, he wears green. They're all in the green. He's far from green.
Jolly green. Brilliant. Dutch genius. But here is Taylor on his tail. Got the makings of a classic. This Taylor tops for the first set. Red bit.
6 wonderful darts, 171 from Van Gerwen to set it up, but Taylor replies, puts his darts in his pocket. What a finish from the power. He's won that first set.
Welcome back, folks, to the Ali Polly and a belter. With 13 times world champ Phil Taylor, 1-0 up against the wonder boy, 18-year-old Michael Van Gerwen, who was very erratic in that first set. He's got to tighten his act up.
Yes, it looked, Sid, as though he got that 1-7-1 with 3 treble 19s to leave double 4, and might have half expected a shot at it. But what does Taylor do? He steps up and takes out 112, and he's hit 3 double tops in 3 attempts, and that's been Taylor's main strength tonight so far, because his average is 93.3. He's got another gear yet, maybe 2 in the scoring stakes.
With you there, John, your usual acuity. Van Gerwen, it's the look of a young Jerry Lee Lewis. You got to jangle the ivories, but he's jangling a bit too much.
140.
Nerves got the first set. Another pitch in.
60.
Not in control of the shot. Got quite long arms, this lad, and a very loose shoulder action. Van Gerwen sometimes misses by more than he should. Power deserts the upper area for the treble 19. Still room on the green bit.
58.
Well, only 58, but a lead of 137, so even a ton 40. And he's not going to get that. Well, by a long way.
Baganil shot that. his alignment of his body. So superb in Taylor's case. Just watch Van Gerwen. Much looser action. A bit like watching one of those West Indian bowlers, fast bowlers who came in like a whirlwind. The tension shown in both of them, Johnny.
Yes, I think so. And Van Gerwen is the kind of player, we've seen them in this great game over the years, where you're waiting for a sudden burst of activity, of high scores, big checkouts, and then there'll be a lull again. He consistently, if I can put it this way, is inconsistent in my book, Sid, and I think that probably comes with a degree of immaturity. His game will improve.
He plays in surges. Impetuous player. He gets one. Oh, that's twice he's done that. Bounced the third dart out, showing that the impetus is not coming through the arm properly. It's Taylor to go further ahead. Double 16 hasn't missed a double yet. Needs to feather this on the barrel, like down. Bad miss!
Yeah, might have been worse if Van Gerwen was on 76 rather than 176, because Taylor will be back. And this time, you just have a feeling that he's not going to miss. Oh, similar to his first attempt, got to come inside a fraction, too far, double 8 beckons, and Van Gerwen's on a finish now. Can he take this out, Sid?
Mile away. Several misses there by power. But he's not balanced right. He's rushing the darts. Surely can't miss again. 6 at it. 7th dart. Double 8. Mile away. Double 4. Double 4.
Well, he can't believe it. I was saying a few minutes ago that has been Taylor's strength. 3 out of 3 hits, but now a few misses to go with those. So 90 for Van Gerwen. He'll look at double 15 here now to win his first leg in this match.
4 feet along the hockey coming in. Brilliant shot! That dart moved 9 feet out! 4 feet along the hockey from the centre. There's the result. 9 darts at a double, missed by Taylor. Do you remember, Johnny?
Yes, 3 out of 3 it was, 3 out of 11 now, and it is very unusual for Taylor to let his opponent off the hook in the way that he did. But credit to Van Gerwen, he took advantage in the end, and well, he had to. The game might have started to run away from him.
Shows the immense respect Taylor's got for this lad. He's more nervous than we often see him. Toon Grieve there, 19-year-old lad, just beaten by Manley.
Yes, very impressed with his performance tonight, and another young player from Holland we're going to see a lot more of course.
Toon Grieve sounds like an aquatic creature at St James's Park. Taylor's face sagging with attention. Massive respect for the lad in green.
Yes, and from what I've seen so far tonight of Van Gerwen, Sid, I'm reminded of last night's performance by Wayne Mardle. And the difference is, I think with Mardle we saw maturity. He just slowed down a little. He got a grip of the game. He had to against a very good Ray Carver, and he saw it home from there. And that's what Van Gerwen, at 18 years of age, has yet to learn, I think. A little bit of tactical nous, if you like.
83.
Well, the other side of the coin is that on song, he hits 130 and 140s for fun. You're dead right. But it's that mixture between relaxing and being nice and tense. Taylor not looking comfy in this one after getting 3 perfect doubles first visit. Doesn't look happy to me, Johnny boy.
Well, his match average is way down now because of all those missed doubles, of course. And here's a chance for Van Gerwen now, 81. He will go for Well, he went for 12 to leave himself a nice little double top. And how often do you see that, Sid? Taylor over 200 behind.
Halfway back to Burslem in this one. Has to pressure the shot. Not going to. There for the taking is Taylor. There's the peg back. Tops he wants. Double 10. He needs a feather kiss on the barrel. Oh, feathered short. Went south.
Now then, Taylor will go the 19 route here. Single 19, treble 18, bull. Treble 19. No, he's got to go the 18 now. Treble 18 for bull. Oh, what a dart. Bullseye, and this will hurt Van Gerwen. It represents the break back if he gets it. Just too far north.
Absolutely, the tip just rose. Tip just rose. A split millimetre. Now for Tony in the second set. Yes! Double 10! Screaming himself on! Van Gerwen back in the hunt. Second set.
Yes, back in the hunt. Has a drink of water. And Phil Taylor. August 1960 was born, 47 years of age, against a lad who was born in 1989, 29 years later. And would you believe on which date? 25th of April. That was Eric Bristow's 32nd birthday, Sid, when this lad was born.
Synchronicity in Tungsten City, or what? I would compare him very much to the Bristow I first met. There's a 19-year-old at Charlotte Richard at the Vernon Sevens, proud in his England blazer. Crowd stunned by this turnout. Taylor, that first set, looked as though he was going to storm it. And that was vintage. Van Gerwen, if you can't be vintage when you're 18. Beautiful second dart by the power.
100.
Pathetic, awful last dart. Normally Phil would have that one in the red bit, John.
Yes, we may well have to witness here tonight a workmanlike performance from Taylor. And I'm not suggesting that he doesn't work at any other time, but he rather makes the game look easier than at the moment, it would seem. Certainly gives the impression of really getting stuck into this one. He knows that if he gives Van Gerwen half a chance, he could be out of the biggest darts tournament in the game.
Yeah, what a year for Taylor. Beat the best at the Premier League of darts. To me. Yeah, but even that man had a day off. Tops now to peg back in the second set. Red bit. First miss on that bit. Another red bit. 20 past. Double 10. Mile away. He was there in the middle.
And compare those darts with the ones he threw at double top in the opening set. So, now then, double 16 for the set, and Van Gerwen punches the air. All the youngsters back in the match. Taylor looks as sick as a budgerigar right now. Welcome back here, and there you have it, Michael Van Gerwen. Just look at that, he's taken the second set without reply, 3-0, the score by which Taylor had taken the first. It's one set all, and that young Dutchman knows he's in this match all right, Sid.
Taylor had the darts in that. 3 blitz legs by the young Dutchman. Pendulum swinging definitely towards the man in the green. It must be going through Taylor's head. The last time they've met. Big tournaments. This lad is beating him.
85.
But he's got to calm down. He's got to balance the swagger as the lad in green with the coolness. Bad dot by Taylor, has to come for cover. Nowhere near. Treble 18 the targets. Oh, muck spreading as they call it. Missing the big trebles. Missing an open, Taylor.
Unlucky that second one. Would have been a lot closer. Might have been in.
His face sculpted with attention. Crowd stunned. Mind everybody's known about this lad for several years now.
55.
Been winning major international honours since he was 15. Just like Brissy, blocks the bed. Oh, wasted shot that. Two wasted shots. No composure there, John.
No. Good line, bad length, you might say. But still, 130 the lead that Van Gerwen enjoys with throw in this leg, and therefore in the set at large.
140.
Got his fans, they are legion. The word's gone around, dart players. Taylor is vulnerable after May when he took the Premier League of Darts. No major win till the last month. It's spread another form of oxygenated blood in darts. Taylor is beatable. The lad in green knows he's done it.
And when you think how Taylor started, we had a 180 in the very first leg of the match, and I remember saying that's not the last time you'll see these people raise their cards, but we haven't seen it since. Admittedly, we've had 3 treble 19s or 171 from this man.
One has to say, but nobody appreciates the up-and-coming talent like Adrian Lewis and James Wade and Van Gerwen than the power. He knows that they've got enough respect, and not too much. 2 16s to go ahead. Against the throw into the bed!
You're dead right, Sid. They've got the respect, but not the fear that once was the case with so many of Phil Taylor's opponents. That fear has become, yes, respect. And good finish from Taylor there, needed it, but this is some contest now.
As Chardon said to Freud on a night in Vienna, too much respect, but never have fear. All in the noddle. Good attack. But he tends to attack downwards, a bit like Mardle. Lines the darts downward, whereas the power looks for the perfect dart in the bottom of the bed. No good. Will desert that. Comes for the cover shot. A bad cover shot.
60.
Oh, good wasn't the cover shots. That's when he's good, John. When he's popping down there and getting 2 of them.
Yes, it's a feature of any dart player throwing well when the cover shots are going in as well as the red bits, but and in Taylor's case, of course, it happens regularly. Not so tonight. The lie of the dart is not convincing. A little bit like Adrian Gray we mentioned last night in the opening match of the tournament.
The Taylor dart, the perfect dart, is the stacker dart in the bed. See, he wanted the first one there, not numbers 2 and 3. Wrist in that. 2 rush of blood, you're dead right, John. Sometimes impetuosity goes from the heart to the leading finger. What a match. First man to 3 is the winner. 13 times world champ Taylor. Looking sloppy. Only adjective I can think
59.
of. Sloppy.
So, Van Gerwen with a chance to break the throw. He's just been broken by Taylor, but
65.
needed more than 65, young fella. He knows it, doesn't need me to tell him, of course, because Taylor now, a ton puts him handy. A 140 will be very nice indeed.
But the margin of error is 200% more than usual. This is naff by Taylor.
44.
6 bad darts by Taylor. Will be at the double first. Will a man in green. Big ask, John.
Yes, 56 left for Van Gerwen. Taylor, 138. He's not been in the sort of form of late in the last couple of sets to convince one he's going to take this out. But that's a good start. Treble 18 for double 12. Oh, is this the moment where he comes back with his mightiest? Almost.
Wire! For level game, 16. He composes for once. Tops on the wire. Oh, brilliant! Was in within 2.5 seconds of the marker. Taylor. Look at her sick as a chip and bubbling fat.
80.
Well, one doesn't often say this, but Taylor might actually be encouraged by the fact that he was so close to taking out 138, because he's looked far from convincing since the end of the first set, Sid. If you remember me saying his average at that time was 93, he's got another gear or 2 gears left. It was only really his immaculate finishing in that first set that gave him, with some comfort, the opening set.
But then he stepped up in a set rather where he was going to throw in legs 1, 3 and 5 and was beaten 3-0 on his own throw. That will be going through his head. Now normally his negative vibes, right? One miss, he'll stab the dart in his leg, plonk 180. It's not that kind of Taylor tonight, folks. It's not the genuine high voltage power. He might struggle over the line against this lad. They are both tense as sticks. What a match.
Yes, what a match. Without being a classic, what a match, because of that tension, because of the occasion and expectation as well.
When he's really unsung, that would have been in. Those two would have been in on the stacker dart. And there's the other side of the coin.
57.
That off balance, you saw it's more like a discus thrower than a tungsten pitcher. This could go to the 5th set easily and well into that one with a topsy-turviness of these two grids.
And apologies to all discus throwers everywhere, Sid.
96.
We'll not discuss it any further.
Oh, that one was coming. Off balance slightly. Oh, see, he goes out of sync, but that was a bad throw. The last one, he was totally off balance, but it went in. What a belter. He won 60 tops to go ahead in this magic darts D2 World Championship Elite Bally.
48.
How on earth did he... To go ahead, the man in green, young Van Gerwen. 2 18s now, 106, no bother, like spooning Ambrosia.
Dead right, and well, he may now, if he hadn't considered it already, and I think it has entered Phil Taylor's mind that he could possibly lose this game. The reason possibly why he hasn't been at his best, or he hasn't been able to discover his best, and all the more prevalent in his mind now after that excellent checkout from Van Gerwen. 106, clean, clinical, precise, accurate. What more can you say?
Well, they'll try and say there's more lads like him around in this. There's Adrian Lewis, who's 22, and there's James Wade, who has been pulverising people the last 3 months. What a healthy crop of lads. This kid is only 18, is Van Gerwen.
$99. But perhaps Taylor here will level up at 2 legs all, and then we will see an absolutely crucial leg with Van Gerwen throwing first. I'm making an assumption, but all the more so can I be confident in it as Taylor gets That's his second maximum.
Could see it coming. Perfect use of the lie. Michael doesn't use the lie. Notice that difference. Michael blocks the bed too often because he throws it a straighter line than Taylor. Game on now. Fact 13. 106 is answered by 113. Oh, is it? Tops.
73.
Well, he needed that for a 12 darted. He opened the match, Taylor, with a 13 dart finish on double top. Is he going to now level up in this third set in similar mode?
Topsy wants for a level match. It's got to come to the clean side. The left's the obvious one. Got to go clean. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! All square that one. Set a piece, 2 legs a piece. Just side a leg. Set 3, Johnny.
Yes, and if every leg had gone with throw, this is exactly where we'd be, dead level. And what a disappointing start from the teenager. Taylor now, you can see it in his face, he senses this is the moment where he can win this set and come back with the next set in mind and the throw to his advantage.
96.
Unlucky with the last dart. Treble 19. John's put it perfectly. This could be the vital leg. Well, he's shown us his voltage, but he's had as much AC as DC. Great in the first set. Awful in the second set. The ball.
81.
That's about the 6th or 7th time he's drifted across into single one, and you don't see Taylor doing that all that often. Long way off with the third dart, but a 140 he'll take right now. A lead of 103 to Van Gerwen. Taylor making inroads in that. He's got to. 1 set all, 2 legs all to play for in this leg alone. What a throw from Taylor.
Brave dart, given the bounce off of the second dart. Some people would come to treble 19. Treble 19 now. Now single 19 beauty. Leaves 2 darter. Taylor has to get 140 here, I say.
And with that last dart, Van Gerwen didn't even have a treble in mind. He was just happy to land himself with those 2 treble 20s with single 19 on 82 for the set. He knows he's got to take it. Taylor is right on his tail.
Right, to go 1 set away from taking the power. Van Gerwen on 17. He wants double tops. Middle of the bed. Taylor is on the rope.
Absolutely fantastic from the 18-year-old. It's 2-1 in sets. He was a set down. Come on, says Phil. He knows there's a lot of work to do. Taylor's average, by the way, 88.39. Van Gerwen, 84.26. I did say it wasn't a classic, but you can't say that it hasn't got drama, that it's short on theatre. This is a gripping match, all right.
Ominous for Van Gerwen. Those 2 went in the treble. He's blocked the bed. Has to get a treble here, you think. Oh, a bit of mug spreading. That's hoping when you throw round the trebles, come up dry. Taylor. 13 times world champ. Taught by Bristol. Not to be a dart player, but to be a winner. Hates losing with a vengeance. He's up against a lad with all the potential to be world champ one day.
What I did like about Van Gerwen in that last set, Sid, was that he won the third leg with 106 checkout, and the confidence with which he approached that 82 at the end. He left 82. He didn't even go for treble 19 with the last dart of his previous visit. He left 82, and how he got it 25-17 tops. Nice feeling for the lad, that.
24. Echo it not in the streets of Burslem. Publish it not in Longton. 24 from the power under the cosh. Michael sees the fun of the situation. Eyes like an extinguished dinosaur. Oh, is there enough skill left in Taylor? The stacking has not been on. The first set he was brilliant, but 3-0 on his darts. It's the main headline from this. Michael Van Gerwen has the power under his fist.
Well, there's no wibbling at the moment, but there might be weeping soon from one of these two, because neither will be able to say he's thrown his best, but the winner will be more than satisfied with a place in round 2. As for the loser...
The odd bit of marble time magic could swing this one for the Dutch lads. Taylor to save. The first leg of set 4. What's 60? His use of building on the stacker dart has been bad by his serves. Start the victory sprint to 18s. Magic!
Yep, dead right. That's another leg to the Dutchman against the throw. And serious trouble now for Taylor. We've suggested that he might be in a spot of bother. Serious trouble now. He's got to break Van Gerwen or else he's a goner.
87 average, 2 180s only. This the man who won the last 4 big tournaments, 2 in Holland, 1 in Wolverhampton, and 1 in Germany, has been pulverizing people with 105 averages. At last, 88 plays 85. Taylor at last with 2 in treble 19. This lad will make mistakes. There will be blobs because he plays so fast. Look at that. That sings another descant. Double the effectiveness of the doubles.
Yeah, and in Van Gerwen's case, he had 0 out of 4. He's now got 7 out of 16. So his 7 out of 12 actually represents a very, very fine statistic indeed since the end of the first set.
Not much spread in there. Trebles all round.
96.
What a match. You're right, John. 89 players, 85. For when you're 13 times world champion, taking on a kid who most of the wise lads think will be one world champion. It's going to be grudging. It's going to be niggling. They're neither at their best. But this lad, Van Gerwen in the green, is making less mistakes.
Well, I do hope that when Van Gerwen is Phil Taylor's age, I'm still able to watch it sitting in my slippers at home, Sid. Perhaps you'll be doing your 50th year of commentary, I don't know, but anyway, because he's certainly got a future, there's no question about that.
I'll be shouting the bingo in the old people's home. Anyway, here we go. Van Gerwen's got to pressure this shot. Bit of pressure to peg back. The power wants the top lipstick, as they say in Stoke. Won't normally use the lie, will go to the left-hand end, I think. It's awkward. The flight stops the obvious shot.
So he goes to the left, where there's a little bit more room, and levels up in this 4th set, 1 leg all, and more, just as importantly, he gets the break back. He's throwing first in 2 of the next 3 legs. Could be absolutely vital, that, but you've still got to hit the target. And that's what neither of these 2 players have been doing so far with the regularity we expect.
60.
That shot sums it up. The darts that are about 3/8 of an inch below the 60 are no good to Taylor because he can't stack on them. His perfect dart is in the bottom of the 60 to build on, like scaffolding. Thin tungsten scaffolding. Or the air shot. The Alan Evans shot across the bed. Cover now, surely. Oh, what a great shot!
7 breaks of throw so far in this match, and 4 have gone in Van Gerwen's favour. The other 3, Taylor working the younger man.
Nowhere near with a stacking tonight, Taylor. That's nice. Can nestle this on the barrel, another green bit. That's the shot that when he's on song, they whistle in there. Double shots into the treble. What a dart. What a visit. Got to be at the double first, John.
Yes, and there could be another break of throw. It'll be the 5th in this match for Van Gerwen, and you don't often see Taylor broken 5 times, and we're only in the 4th set. Most of the times that he started, he's been broken. If Van Gerwen manages to win this leg, that's unheard of, Sid.
Shook his head there. Because that third dart should have been in the 62. Treble 17 on the bull. Bull to go one leg away. Unlucky. Would have taken one leg away from the match.
Yeah, and it would have been spectacular, wouldn't it? Taylor, a must for him here. 105, 86, treble 18 for double 16. Gets the treble 18. What a double 16 this has to be. Just outside. Look at his face. He knows. He knows.
To go one leg away from the match and take the 39th world champ, Michael Van Gerwen. Double it on the wire. Oh, in and out! Too heavy, a bump on the marker.
And that's why somebody like Roland Shelton, in those circumstances, the more experienced Dutchman would have moved across. Taylor looks at double 16. Now double 8 beckons for him. The same one that Van Gerwen's just missed. He chooses to stay there. Put it just inside. Another chance for the youngster.
A weak shot. Taylor disgusted with himself. 2-8's got one leg away from the match. Again, that lie, there could mean the bounce again. How does he get out of there? Houdini couldn't get in there.
Well, Phil Taylor can't believe it. I doubt whether Van Gerwen can either. And it's respite for the Bauer with double 4. He's 2-1 up. He could have been 2-1 down and knocking on the door that says exit above it.
What a match. Scheduled for 5 sets. We might go there. And then we could get anything up to 11 legs in the last set. Taylor, they are loving it. Nobody is touching the ale. They're riveted on this action, John.
Yes, they are. They're loving it, aren't they? You don't have to have always the averages in the hundreds, though it's nice when they are. It's a gripping contest, this. 2-1 in sets to this lad, but 2-1 in legs in the 4th set to Taylor.
Superb 2 darts. The Laughing Cavaliers in the front row. Hundreds of Dutch fans, well, fans in orange, some supporting Taylor. Loses the line. That shows the tension. That shows the talent. Beautiful last dart.
Still 4 ahead plus these. Van Gerwen needs a treble. Doesn't find it. Chance now for Taylor again.
Someone's got to get chances. The man in green goes off balance. Taylor looking to the red bit. Failing to hit the red bit. Only 60.
I think the one thing that this shows, again, for me, Sid, is that these lads are human, and we get the 180 from Van Gerwen. The finger goes up, the smile comes across his face, and the placards are punched in the air again.
Again, Taylor having trouble with the lie. They're too high. Probably 2 here in the treble 19. Van Gerwen. It might be too late. There might be too late. Here we go. To go one leg away from the match. Bully once.
56.
Will he be back? Probably. Taylor almost took out 138, 15, 20 minutes ago. Now he's got to go there. Now then, 72 left. He'll be looking at treble 16 by the looks of it. He went for double 16, thinking double top after it.
Absolutely. He's got one leg away from it. 9. 2-8's coming in. No bother, Johnny! Set it up!
Yeah, and he may well be saying to himself, why couldn't I have done that 4 minutes ago? I'd have been now celebrating the winning of the set. But Taylor here throwing for the set and throwing to save the match.
Could be the biggest leg of the career of Michael van Gerwen. If he stays there, snatchy there, John.
Yeah, I reckon
Van Gerwen wins, he's the winner.
I reckon it's a pretty big leg in the career of Phil Taylor too, this Sid, because it would devastate him to lose in the first round of the World Championship when he's trying so earnestly to wrest back the title he's won so many times, and of course in view of what happened in Ireland against Adrian Gray a few weeks ago.
Has won no big tournament since he won the Premier League of darts, Taylor. Had 8 barren months.
And another acrobatic bounce out from Van Gerwen. Sometimes that last dart, he releases it, for my money, a little too quickly.
Taylor's got to get some action on the 60. Got to get a treble now, you feel. No! Yeah, we go then. Michael van Gerwen in maybe 5 or 6 darts can take Taylor. The 13 times world champion looks like going out of this world championship at the first hurdle. Mind, what a hurdle the kid in green is.
Calling on every single reserve that he has to try and keep himself in the tournament.
6 darts to put out the 13 times world champion, the first fence. 81, 2 darts. Taylor's got to pressurize this. He's got to leave a sweet little 2-darter. Or better, could like to leave a single darter. He will probably leave a single darter now, John. But
brilliant darts from Taylor, and he was shaking. He was shaking because Van Gerwen wants 81. He's hit 3, wants treble 18. Now then, composes himself.
4, the match. Double 12 pulled. Would have put Taylor out. Taylor then is staying. Take us to one more set. Incredible action. 17. Chops to stay in the power.
How will Van Gerwen respond to that? He had a dart at double 12 to punish the power, and the power managed to stay in the World Championship.
As they say in the Northeast on bingo night, it's good here, isn't it? Phil the Power Taylor on the brink, Johnny, and back in the hunt.
Well, I can't.
Won't be going toot till our route.
Bien sûr, Sid, bien sûr.
Van Gerwen should be favourite because he throws first in the odd legs. But with Thompson and Turvin like this, who knows? Bounced it off the stack of darts. He will make mistakes, will Van Gerwen, but Taylor's been making more. It's very hard to work out who's supporting who. Clutch of lads in orange from Stoke-on-Trent. Still room there if he wants to be brave. Still room.
Well, situations like this sometimes make players, sometimes break players. And the man who goes on to win this match will be made up.
What a visit. What a visit. All over the place, that last visit by Van Gerwen. Perfect. Should get 2 in the red bit, Philip. Should get 2. Didn't use that stacker well at all, Johnny.
No, and one has to bear in mind that Taylor's human, and a few minutes ago when he hit a particular target, I forget which one, I remember saying he's shaking. The same goes for Van Gerwen, I'm sure. They're every bit as nervous as that young lass.
Mile away, inch off the tension coming through in gobbets. Well, I think he got in trouble in there. It was blocking the bed. Some very odd decisions happening both their heads here. Rather than Taylor to go ahead in this, the deciding set. Remember, they go 2 clear. Treble 18. The first bit of the progress. Single is handy. Double 12 to break through the red bits.
Well, the last time double 12 was wanted, it was by that young man, not that one, and he missed, and he hit it, and his facial expression says to me, Sid, I know I should have won this game, that's the double 12 I should have hit, that Taylor's just managed to secure.
Brissy didn't teach him how to be a dart player, he says. Brissy taught him how to be a winner. We'll see how good a teacher Professor Bristow was. Taylor seizes the advantage. Bad dart, it's a blocker by Van Gerwen. That's a brilliant dart, though, into the green bit. That's not so good. Talking to himself, talking to the crowd. What can Taylor produce here? Awful dart. Yeah, they used no ornament, that one. Treble 18 now. Brilliant!
Well, if Phil Taylor does win this match, Sid, you can expect a much improved performance next time around. He's been extremely tense tonight, and I think the fact that 88.92 suggests that.
What a match! Taylor went off, hit 3 doubles, no bother, averaging 115. Then Van Gerwen, 3-0 on Taylor's throw. We knew it was going to be topsy-turvy. Anything can happen now. 81. Not using the stacking darts as well, Taylor. Van Gerwen could well be at the double first here. Remember, you've got to win this one by 2 clear.
60. Yes, so often one has not been able to respond when the others put in a disappointing throw. Van Gerwen could have done with more than 60 there, for sure.
What a throw. Lateral. Oh, unlucky! Unlucky, thought that was into the maximum. Favourite now for the leg anyway. What? Oh, magic! Magic left tops! Wow, what pressure! Don't believe me, Geordie eyes! Taylor for 2-0. Vital visit, opponent, the brilliant young opponent. On tops, Taylor, a chance to go 2-0 if he hits the treble 17. Tops to go 1-0 away from the match.
Oh, just under, and that brilliant 177 from Van Gerwen has left him with a tops that he probably didn't think he'd have a shot at. Nor Taylor, as he looks to put it in the red bit across to double 10. Yes, he's got it. That 177 earned him the shot. Remember Taylor against Adams, news of the world 10 years ago. Similar there, Sid.
Synchronicity. This is where the news of the world used to be. What about that? Remember, you've got to go 2 clear in this set, unless we got to 5-5 when there's a sudden death out. 13 times world champ on the ropes against the 18-year-old Wonder Youngin in the green. Over the top. Magic! In the circumstances, super abundant.
Yes. And all 3 in the red bit, all too rarely tonight, but what a time for Taylor to get one there. 321, 60 ahead plus these.
The time to think about a 9-darter. Unlucky. Remember how it came at Blackpool against Mason under pressure. Taylor favourite to get pot shots at the double anyway. Can't afford slack ones like that, Michael. Good recovery, maybe. Too late, John.
Yes, on his throw. He's kept himself in this set, in my view, with some excellent throwing. But rather let himself down again on his own throw. Taylor, this now will be the time when he senses he can win this without having to go towards tie breaks and all that.
Here we go then. Let's go one leg away, possibly, from the match. 60, it's handy. Just too high. Beautiful, beautiful. Treble. 15 is handy. Oh, brilliant! B-R-I-double-L, real!
Yeah, you're right, that was superb from Taylor, and now Van Gerwen in trouble a little while ago. It's a 13-darter that Taylor wants to go within one leg of victory. Double 8.
Kiss the barrel now. Middle of the bed. Perfect shot. Taylor one leg away from winning the thriller.
And Phil to throw first, says Russ Bray. Game on. This is the last leg of this match. If Taylor wins it, if not, on we go with more drama yet. But he's got his teeth into this one now, Sydney boy.
And nobody ever made a job of a king-sized oatcake and the power. And Gerwen's got to hit big. Has to hit the red bit. Frequently, 60s are no good. Taylor. Right. Steady tons could well win the match in this leg.
Now then, if ever Van Gerwen needed a score, we know he's capable of getting one when he really needs it. It's now, if not with those 3 darts, the next for sure.
That had to be more sophisticated. That had to use the lie. Taylor should be a ton 40 ahead after this visit, but that's slack. That's also slack. Brilliant last start by the power.
Yes, that's right. A vital last start from the power. If Van Gerwen can find a treble from somewhere, he's flying them all round the board now, Sid.
Here we go then to set up the win with an Untaresque average at the moment of 90 to 86. Who cares what averages in this type of thriller? Too high, treble 19. Crowd are singing, some of them walking in a Taylor Wonderland. Wanted that in the treble. Left to finish, but Van Gerwen scores better than a ton. Awkward dot stops the line. That's nice, he's on a finish.
96.
Wow, here we go. For the match. Taylor, 1, 6, 7. Opponent on a 3-darter. Needed the treble. Treble 19. Bull. Right then. To save the matchup.
Mighty effort needed. Treble 18 will leave double 16. He's going for double 13. Oh, he decided a treble 20, double 13. A long way out, and it might well be Van Gerwen's last fling.
To win a thriller and to lie in a bath, having a cup of black tea and sweating cobs for 2 hours. Taylor wants 16. Bull for the power and the match.
60.
Well, it's been that kind of night where nothing comes easy, and therefore more work to do perhaps as Van Gerwen steps up. Got to take out 13. 2 darts for double 4. An absolute must. Good marker. Can he take advantage? Oh, the game's not over yet. 2 sets all. 2 legs all. Oh, Sydney, would you believe it?
Yes.
Must be won by 2 clear legs. Should we reach 5 legs old, the 11th leg will be sudden death. 5th leg is Michael to throw first. Game on.
Russell Bray giving it the tonsil. We've got to go to clear. The 18-year-old Dutch Wonder Boy. It's been the power twice in recent months. Heavily. 3-0 on one occasion.
Worth remembering, both players now have had one dart to win the match. Van Gerwen, last leg of the fourth set to win at double 12, and Taylor with that shot at bull. Both were just a fraction away, but both are still yet to win.
Badly off balance there. 240 makes it interesting. Far too many of that darts would do not allow to progress on the 60. That's pretty bad. Cover shooting as well. Wow.
42.
What a 32. We get at least one of those treble 19s in. But Michael is snatching now.
96.
Anybody's game. Taylor way back. Needs some 40. And that might not be enough.
Well, our third 3-2er tonight, whichever way it goes. Through already Roland Schultz and Peter Manley, both in exciting games. But who here is going to be the one to join them in the second round?
Wow, brilliant 2 darts, that treble 19. That might just win it for Van Gerwen. Pulling out those treble 19s. He's looking more reliable in that area than the power. Won't understack cover. Bad cover again. That could be the difference. The power's cover shooting is off big time.
I put it a little bit down to nerves. I know I'm repeating myself, but that's...
Double 14.
Double 14, 88. Brilliant stuff from Van Gerwen.
From the match, Van Gerwen. Taylor has to win this leg. 30 times world champion on the ropes. There are burns from the ropes on his back, to use boxing analogy. Gotta get this leg, Taylor.
And that was the first leg in this set to go with throw. That one that Van Gerwen has just won. Incredible, really. But it's been that kind of match, hasn't it?
Taylor's stacking been nowhere near. Careful to use this, could go to the treble 5. They're not right for stacking this one, probably in the 60.
100.
But only 100.
Well, one man watching this with interest at home, no doubt, or wherever. Mark Walsh plays the winner of this game, of course, in the second round. And we'll be hoping they're taking a little bit out of each other here.
I think that is pretty on the cards, Joe. I think they are both very nervous. But Van Gerwen's spats of brilliance. Oh, brilliant! Oh! Yes, we cracking up Van Gerwen, the power! That's the max.
96.
Treble 19 for Van Gerwen, handy again. 1-3-8 to take us dead level. Treble 18's handy. Double 12 for parity.
114.
Right then, Jet.
That's the second time that Taylor's almost taken out 138. The third time in this match he's been presented with 138. And he knows that he's going to be back here, but he's got to take this out now. 24, because Van Gerwen has left himself handy.
Level game, here we go. Could go to the 11th leg. Taylor fans in orange. On the Aki. And thrown it before Russ could get the words out of his mouth. What a match. 3-3. We could have 5 more legs. Tension coming through in both players. But the key factor might be Van Gerwen's more reliable on the treble 19.
Yeah, the game has improved as well in quality. Taylor's now over 90. I know that's still 10 points or more below what we expect of him now these days. Van Gerwen on 87. They've upped the ante latterly. The finishing's been pretty good, and the scoring's been impressive too. Good game of darts.
Again, that's no good to him. It has to be low in the bed or just below. And again, the treble 19 lets him down.
58.
Not power-esque visit. No way with those 3.
You're right, Sid. Never at any stage tonight has Taylor been convincing on the treble 19. His cover shot just hasn't existed, has it?
So, won the Premier Dart League. Nearly 100 average over the weeks. But has been barren for the last 7 months till a purple patch, which could end here. Oh, it lets him down now. Chance and Taylor, 140, makes life interesting. Got to get a big treble with 2 of these, I suggest. These 2 of the vital ones must get a treble. Van Gerwen favourite now, John. Only 100.
Yeah, still Van Gerwen favourite. You're quite right, Sid. Both are 6 darts away from taking the leg. But Van Gerwen is now just 2 darts away, possibly, from so doing, and he knows he'll be back. This is where you don't want a maximum, and of course he's not going to get one.
Taylor's got to get it to 140. Again, the dart. Understacker, I think. Understacker! Brave! Brave dart by the power! Unlucky!
100 called, 100 wanted from Michael Van Gerwen to go 4-3 up now then. 80 left. He's going to go for treble 16, for double 16.
Right then. To go 1 leg away from the match. Possibly Taylor to break the throw as well. He wants 60. Treble 13 and tops. What a shot. Tops!
After such a wonderful recovery, the one again, he's hitting too often tonight, he knows that. I suggest nerves again playing the part as Van Gerwen looks at double 8, double 4, he's hit it. Oh, but he's a long way off there.
A country mile off. But Taylor then again 1 leg away from the match. Sucking in air like Moby Dick. Double 10, he gets Taylor! Taylor now needs 1 leg to win this trilogy.
Well, you would say Phil Taylor to throw first in a leg that he needs to win the match. Game over, but this match is such that you cannot assume that with any real degree of certainty or confidence. But he'd rather be in this position than having to throw second for sure.
He's sucking in air like a couple of performing dolphins in a gale. What a time to pull out that kind of accuracy. Blocks the bed, misses the cover. 58. Only 58. Big ton plus here, and Taylor's favourite.
And that wonderful start by Taylor, that 177, Sid, it didn't just take a lump off his score, it registered in his opponent's mind. Absolutely no doubt about that. Oh, he's on his way to victory now, Taylor.
Poised to land an 11th darter and win the match. 60. From the pits, it appeared. The deep cold pits of Staffordshire. He looked sunk and sinking. But he's on absolute purple fire! Triple 18. 138.
Well, he's on 52 after 9 darts, and he hasn't thrown well tonight, but he's produced the darts right at the end, which we know he's capable of and which ought to take him into the second round.
For the match, double 16 to the power! Double 8 for a 12 darter and a win!
He started with a 13 darter, he finished with a 12, he was fairly ordinary in between, but what a game to win in the end.
Kisses the board, kisses the marker, kisses the air, 13 times world champ, takes out Van Gerwen in a steamer, John.
Yes, a relief indeed for Phil the Power Taylor, and Michael Van Gerwen will be distraught at his moment when he might have taken out Taylor. But what a game, one will remember for a long time to come.
Massive nerves at the start. Taylor, then 3-0 against the Dart. Van Gerwen brilliant. But at the end, Taylor became power-esque and took it.
Yes, the board signed. The crowd have another game to come, but my, how they must have enjoyed that one.
Van Gerwen has beaten him twice, once hammered him in Holland. 9-darter kid will be world champion, but these people know that for 12 magic darts, they saw the reality that is Phil the Power Taylor.
Well, high drama and relief from Phil the Power Taylor. What a match. One of the great matches at the World Championship. And it's only in the first round. What drama there is to come over the coming days here at the Alexandra Palace. Two men who supplied the drama are here. First of all, Phil, your emotions through that, it had everything.
We were trying, I think both of us were trying. I was trying to lift the roof off the building, to be quite honest with you. I was getting so frustrated because, you know, practicing, you're doing everything right. You go on stage and you start forgetting everything, you know. And I could see Michael wasn't on his top game and he couldn't see that I wasn't on my top game, and it was putting both of us off in a way, do you know what I mean? It was a funny game. It kept swinging. Every time I got my nose in front, he came back, and every time he got his nose in front, I seemed to came back. It was a good game, but it wasn't the best game we've ever played against each other, in fairness. but it's the World Championships, and things like that do happen, you know.
Michael, that double 12 could have made the difference to your life, couldn't it?
Yeah. What did I say? It happens. It's happened. What I can do against it? Nothing.
You must feel desperately, desperately sad now, don't you?
Yes, of course. You get a match out, so you always want to throw it.
Yeah. Phil, as far as you go, will you go from strength to strength? Is that a learning curve now?
Yeah, I've got a couple of days off now, so I can get properly on the practice board now over the next 3 days. Get some rest in. I'm going to have a good night's sleep tonight, to be quite honest with you. It's difficult, obviously, you know, but I think sometimes if you have a good first round where, you know, it's close, it does set you up for the next round, because, you know, you think you do everything properly, as I say, in practice, and when it doesn't quite come off. I mean, it's a different stage, and it's a massive, massive stage up there. It's ever so weird, you know, when you first go on there, it's awesome. That's the only word I can say, you know what I mean? It really is awesome. Now, so imagine, I was watching last night, you know, not every player's played at the best ability, you know, their ability yet. And I think a lot of it's just settling down, really, in the new, you know, we call it Alexandra Palace, they call it Ali Pali. So as soon as people start relaxing now and start enjoying being up there, then you're going to see proper darts, I think.
Michael, was there a lot of nerves up there? Did you feel, you know, under a lot of pressure?
Oh, that's the strange of everything. I was not nervous, but I was practicing behind the stage, and the triples were good, everything was good, and I was on stage. Where is it? The same with him, I think.
Did you need to get that out of your system? A new venue, you know, you've made the Circus Tavern your own. It is very different here, you know, the bigger crowd.
The daft thing about it is, you know, if we hadn't been drawn against each other, we're in separate halves, we could have met in the final. You know, he is that good. I'm not saying
you've got to remember, Phil, only 18 years of age.
He was only 17 when he first beat me. He's a brilliant little player, you know what I mean? And I don't know what to say about him. You know, I can't brag him up enough. Obviously, you know, he's just got beaten, so I'm not going to rub anything into him, but he knows what he's done wrong, and I know what I did wrong. Well, I got through. Eventually, I scraped through, to be honest with you. It was messy, but, you know, sometimes Manchester United or Chelsea, Arsenal, it has to be messy. You know, you can't win convincingly every time.
And what do you do now? Do you get back on the practice board? Will it be as soon as tonight that you try and sort out the problems
Back
that
to
you
the
had?
hotel. Will's going to set me a board up in my hotel room tomorrow morning, and it'll be practice. Back on the practice board as usual. You know, just forget about it now. You know, you can't do nothing about the past. You can only do something about the future. You know, my future's, you know, obviously I've got five or 6 years left. He's got about another 30 years left, so he's going to be
50.
Listen, it was tough for you guys out there. It was very entertaining from a spectator's point of view.
He drank all the water as well, by the way.
It was good.
All right, so what